I think we probably need a famine. If half our governors suddenly discovered a backbone, that would bring the country into a condition of revolt.
Shut it down.
And shut it down. Shepherds are supposed to fight wolves. A lot of people are discovering that masculinity has its advantages. Why do you want me to pretend all these crazy ideas? Wake up. Don't put up with nonsense. Live not by lies. Nothing should be entrusted to people who like going to meetings. Decisive, strong, clear-headed leadership. Where we are now, there is no political solution. I don't think we ought to smash the technology. It's a wonderful, wonderful servant and a terrifying master.
You've decided that you're going to create your own school, and you've done it in a very different model. They're conditioning children from the day they were born at this point. It becomes an inherent part of how they view the world.
Yeah, I find
wild
and appalling. Their value is based on whether they got likes.
It's a crutch for parents. How do you combat that?
Technologically capable, but not culturally dependent.
We incorporated all this technology into our lives to simplify our lives, but yet somehow we're busier.
Technology has taken over, and it's the master, and the people are the slaves. People are the slaves.
How important is mission and purpose in people's lives?
If you have something to say and you want to say it, then say it. I want you to walk by faith, not by sight.
Why?
Why would God crush us with that kind of information?
Purpose. Seems too easy of an answer. A lot of people, they need more clarity.
But I don't know, and you don't know, all the ramifications, downstream consequences of this meeting. I know not what the future holds, but I know who holds the future. There'll be occasions when something pops up.
I feel like I was supposed to, but you're not really supposed to. Is there hope?
Yes, there's hope. Christianity has died many times.
America as a country is lost.
They think I'm a theofascist.
It's a scary thought for a lot of people.
I want rulers who do not fear God. And it might surprise people to know that you're a threat to my continued holding of power. So I would say, okay, that's a problem. The ministry of justice is the state. And you can separate church and state because they're two different governments. I don't want to separate morality and state, but I do want to separate church and state. Here in the United States, we have to deal with the facts on the ground. God takes you from where you are, not from where you should have been. That leads us into another hot button issue, which is immigration.
Chaos.
I understand that some people are not going to believe me on this, but I would be disqualified from being in the state legislature. I'm in favor of immigration.
Then you see this flooding, you're like, wait a second,
We're swamping the lifeboats. And I distrust our government, rulers who have no concern for morality at all. There's right and wrong. I'm anti-chaos. I'm glad you brought that question up because it's, I think in many ways, the central question of our age.
Did I have a choice in being here?
This is a huge question.
Predestination.
Everything is in God's control, but it's the predestination of a loving Father. But people steal and take his name in vain and covet, so God's will can be thwarted. Oh, you're saying that we're just puppets. That seems like God's an ogre, and it's like Shakespeare and Hamlet. Did God write this scene?
I'm spinning.
Here we are, freely talking. We're not puppets. There's no strings. I'm responsible for the choices I make. What the human heart sees there is a job opening. People have an innate appetite for some overarching plan. If there is no God above the state, then the state becomes God. And the state wants to be omniscient, to have cameras at every intersection, to record every keystroke. What are they doing? They're aspiring to predestinating godhood.
How do you keep people aligned with your mission?
If I had to choose loyal or competent, I'd choose loyal.
There's huge value in that.
It has a dark side. It might be because they're a snake. It might be because they don't have the tools. The person who's loyalist and incompetent is probably going to go up in a grease fire, but at least we know it failed. The people with craft competence can destroy your mission and make it look like they're not.
This guy is a snake.
So it's really important, a fusion of the two. Do you have any regrets, Grandpa? Yes, I should have fired more people sooner. There needs to be a set of questions where the applicant doesn't know the expected answer. There's been lessons learned in that.
How do you know?
Basically, once you know that this is not going to work, delay always makes it worse. You want them to take initiative, you take initiative. You show them how it's done.